back, and let's jump right back into it. Suddenly the light fades from my vision. It wasn't just that it had become dark, but that I had the sensation of being unable to breathe. But rather than sweating it, I get a little mad. Sorry. Hearing my wordless protest, Himeno pulled her hand away, like it playing the Who Am I game while covering someone's eyes. But covering someone's mouth too was just like Himeno. When I puff out my cheeks and object, Himeno just smiles at me. It's because we were It's because you were staring into space, Mayu. Oh. Instead of apologizing, Himeno blew on the nape of my neck. Wait, that's better. Himeno blew on the nape of my neck. Without thinking, I made a weird sound. Embarrassed, I looked around 2 or 3 times, but the pedestrians walking by seemed unperturbed. Jesus, what are these words? They're so complicated. Seemed unperturbed. I never heard that word before. Seriously. Unperturbed. And didn't even look our way. The culprit, sorry, I know that word. The culprit who had surprised me moves in front of me before I realize it. You are mean, Himeno. But Jesus, got the voices. Yeah, well, okay. But I got to hear something good. No, you didn't. Moreover, you are... As I say that, I checked the time on my smartphone. It's 3 minutes to noon, our agreed upon meeting time. It's not time yet. Where? It's rude, jeez. I'll make you make a weird noise again. I have to slow down her voice a little bit, she's a little bit too lively. Saying that, Himeno opens and closes her fingers in small, swift, grasping motions. At times like this, I know I had better change the subject or get messed with by Himeno again. Oh, by the way, did you buy a new one? You mean my necktie? Yes, I did. I thought I should get one. Oh, Jesus. I thought I should get one to match my shorts. You and I haven't hung out since around midterms, Mayu. If I buy something today, I'll really be out of money. What about the aquarium? You're still set on finding out about the urban legends then? Of course! That's my #1 goal! But as usually, I can't count the things I want to do on just one hand. Okay, I get it. As long as I eat cookies and cream, that is absolute. I haven't forgotten. Anyway, Mayu, aren't your sandals new? Himeno says as she looked at my feet, talking about 3 times as fast as she does in class. Well, really, that would be a nice information. Then she is now fast again. Yeah, nice, aren't they? They're super cute! Oh cool, I want a pair too! Nope. Then we'll be too similar. And these are the only pair of sandals I have found for the summer. Pitch shifting high is very difficult. Very difficult. Talking like this, it put me at ease. Unlike myself, who is childish, Himeno knows a lot about fashion and trends. Even here in Mantan, it seems like she blends in. Most importantly, By being with Jimeno and constantly chatting, I no longer feel lonely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jimeno, why did you bring such a huge bag? I'm glad you asked. With a hee, Jimeno opens the Boston bag she had let sink down from her shoulder. A variety of things come out, such as a flashlight, insect repellent, a simple blanket, a first aid kit, matches, and snacks like chocolate and cookies. What is all this, Jimeno? Where do you plan on going? Ignoring the twitch developing in my face, Jimeno thumps her chest. To the aquarium! Since we are investigating an urban legend, we should at least have some supplies. Rather than investigation, the equipment she has reminds me more of going camping in the mountains. The snacks and blanket aside, where in a city this size would we need insect repellent or a flashlight? I keep those feelings to myself and just smiled. I let out a breath that is half exasperated, half amused. I don't get sick of being with Jimeno. Whether Jimeno is aware of my exasperated gaze or not, she starts to take something out, then quickly shoves it back in. She gives me a smile, implying some secret. No, wait, it's too soon for you to see that. What were you about to pull out? I'm not telling. Upon saying that, Jimeno quickly closes the bag. The way I see it, it is a wonder she fit all of the supplies she had out just a moment ago. I wonder where it all being stored. But by the way, no club today? I ask with the underlying question of whether or not today is a day off for the club. At my question, Jimeno averts her eyes. Nope, probably no club today. Really? Giving a brief answer, I start walking. Upon hearing her reply, I immediately understand it as, she skipped it again. But not wanting to ruin the merry mood, I merely quicken my pace. I am not in any clubs, but even I know it's not good to skip. Speaking honestly, I want her to show up for her club, as she seems to be respected even by students from other schools. Coming here together like this makes me equally guilty though. Once I get thinking, I don't usually stop, so the conversation shifts to a ramen shop that catches my eye. Oh, Mayu, do you wanna go at lunch? Huh? You cut that? Feeling as if she has seen right through me, we head into a nearby coffee shop. It is, apparently, famous following its coverage in a magazine for a sandwich that was overflowing with vegetables. I say apparently because on excitedly finding the restaurant, Jimeno shared this. Oh yeah, that. Compared to a hamburger shop, this place is a bit intimidating and trendy to me. But since I am with Jimeno, it doesn't bother me. Shoving the roast chicken sandwich with extra olives that I ordered into my mouth, the unease I have been feeling disappears. In contrast to my fervor, what's a fervor? In contrast to my fervor, Jimeno eats her avocado and shrimp sandwich in small bites. Well then, about our plans for today. Himeno starts in as soon as we have finished eating. We'll start with the aquarium, no matter what. That's the main thing. So we will. Oh, sheesh. Do a little bit of short throat here. So we'll look into the old man's ghost and the closed off tipsy fish booth rumors. After that, we'll go to the shops and finally have some ice cream. I think it's better to get the cookies and cream first. If you eat 2 times, you will mess up the stomach and get fat. You won't be able to wear a bathing suit. Himeno, it's not fair for you to put it that way. It isn't fair. Himeno is in the exercise club, so she will be fine. But for someone like me, who doesn't exercise enough, it makes me stop and think. Having said I wanted to go to the pool, it is all the more important. Okay, then we'll stick with my plan. That was a delicious meal. Urged on by Himeno, I decided to leave the ice cream shop for another time. Talking about silly things together, we leave the station behind. As opposed to the station's excellent cooling system, the city streets have a peculiar humidity and heat to them that envelopes our bodies. The beginning of July, summer has only just begun, and I can already tell it is going to be a tough one. We wave our way through the crowds until we are 10 minutes away from the station, finally ending up in front of a skyscraper. The building is a symbol for the people of Mantan, a combined facility for commerce, what you might call a fashion building in reference to the businesses it contains. Mantan is a town known as a place people go for amusement. If you really want to have a good time, they have a movie theater, arcades, and several shops, though you need to have money. Lots of it. Because of that, young men and women are more numerous than boys and girls. In this town of people older than us, Himeno scans the panels for each floor without fear, saying, the aquarium is... People are concentrated around the panels. Of little help to Himeno in trying to take up as little space as possible, I leave the search to her and gaze up at the building. I look up and up, but the top of the building is so far I think my neck will snap. That's magnificent. This building was built not long after I was born. It had been finished before I could walk, but the first and only time I came here was in elementary school. The instant I think back on my first visit, my head begins to hurt. No, I have to try not to think about it. Those are things from long ago. Things from the past. Things that are done. I can do nothing but deal with the pain that feels as if something is pressing against the inside of my skull. I finally hear Himeno calling me in a loud voice. The elevator's this way! Come on! I push away my headache and step through the automatic door. The information at the entrance and the placement of the crane game are exactly the same as the day, giving me a slightly bad feeling.
聞こえていますか私の声が青く透明な水の中嘆きの涙は泡になり気づかぬうちに消えてゆくなくした日々は宝物確かめることさえできずに馳せた想いは見ないふり海の中から願うだけまぶたの裏に焼き付いたあなたの影を追いかけてもう二度と何も失いたくないとねいつか私の嘆きは届くでしょう雫を数えて待っている
That was a really nice intro. And I guess this is as good as a time as any to stop the episode. So, till next time, dear viewers. Until next time.